back to another video. It is 11 days to go until the London Marathon. Just wanted to do a bit of an update and also just take you through the next few days and obviously next week leading in to the London Marathon. Training wise, I've completed my longest run a couple of weeks ago. It was 36k. I managed a 5:43 kilometer average, so 3 hours 25 minutes, and was really happy with just how the run felt. It was a nice and easy pace, and it just felt like the accumulation of all that training coming together and getting that run done. So really happy with that. And then from that point, last week or 2 weeks ago, it was then starting to reduce that mileage, and it was a 30k long run, which was a new PB for me, 2 hours 41 minutes, an average pace of a 5:22 kilometer. So pretty much right on marathon pace, what I was aiming for. I did it at 3k easy, 5k at marathon pace, 5k easy, 5k marathon pace, 5k easy again, and then 7k marathon pace to finish. So again, really happy with how that run felt. It was an average heart rate of 150 beats per minute. Overall, that put me in a really good mental space of how I was feeling and how I'm shaping up for the marathon ultimately. So really happy with how that went. And then weekend just gone. It was meant to be a 28k run, which I thought was pretty long for 2 weeks out from the marathon, but hey, that's what the plan said. I only managed to get in a half marathon distance run because I was getting some hip/groin pain ultimately, and I didn't want to push it too much. It was causing me some problems, so I thought I'd cut it at the half marathon distance. So not ideal, and it is now Wednesday. So since Sunday's run, I haven't done any running at all. I've just completely rested it because it's causing me some pain. I don't want to make it worse. I don't really know exactly what it is or what's caused it. I'm hopefully going to get an appointment at the physio before the weekend to see exactly what it is. But yeah, it's not ideal. Obviously 11 days before to start picking up a little injury here or there. Ideally, I would obviously complete all of these shorter runs the next 11 days to kind of just put me in probably more than anything a better mental place. I don't think it's going to impact the fitness side of things. There's not much you can do to improve your fitness at this point, but I think just from a mental standpoint, knowing I've completed the program, they're spot on, is more kind of what I'm hoping for from a mental standpoint to put me in that position come race day. Because at this point, if I don't do any more running and then rock up on the day, I'm probably not going to feel mentally in the best place, to be honest. So this video is just going to be part of the marathon taper, recovery, stretching wise, and then if I can get a physio appointment before the weekend and part of this video, what is the outcome of that ultimately and what the next week is going to look like. So welcome to the video, and let's see how the marathon taper goes.
The next day.
Friday update, about to head out for a very, very short run, literally around the block, so it could be 3 minutes or less, and just want to see how my hip is ultimately feeling because I've got a physio appointment tomorrow, managed to get that booked in, so hopefully find out what the problem is, what's causing it, if anything can be done before next week, and ultimately just see if I'm in a position to get maybe 1 or 2 more runs in. But if I can't, then so be it. I'll just have to rest all of next week and just go into the marathon off the training I've done, which is fine. You know, I've done literally most of the training, 2 weeks shy of the actual plan. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Let's see how tonight goes first, and then we'll go from there.
A few moments later.
Tried to go for somewhat of a run, and within the first 10 seconds, without even probably getting into much more of a stride than a quick walk, to be honest, but there was pain and discomfort in the hips straight away. So not ideal, but we'll see what the physio says tomorrow. I'll wait on that outcome of what the actual problem is, if anything can be done ultimately, and just figure out the best situation moving forward. Ultimately, it's probably best case I'm hoping is going to be not running at all until Sunday, and then rocking up on the day and giving it my best ultimately. But who knows at this point? I don't know if that's just wishful thinking or if that's going to even be possible. I'm going to keep thinking it until I'm told otherwise ultimately, and we'll see what the outcome is tomorrow from the physio appointment. That will give me a better idea, I think, of what the plan is going to be moving forward.
The next day.
Okay, just about to head out to the physio Saturday morning, about to go see them and ultimately just find out, hopefully, what the problem with my hip is, and then also hopefully a game plan of what the next 8 days are going to look like before the marathon ultimately. So let's go find out. Okay, physio and plan update. The ultimate outcome was that I shouldn't run next weekend. The pain in my hip has probably been caused by weak glutes and just not firing properly. Probably towards the end of runs my form's been breaking down, so that's probably what's led to the injury and the inflammation in that area, and that running on the weekend is very unlikely. Probably should withdraw, but the physio also could tell that I'm probably not going to listen to that advice, and the plan that we've come up with is ultimately need to forget the time of a sub 3:45, although I've trained for that and that was my goal. Probably not going to happen at this stage, so the plan is to not run until Friday and then go for a 15-minute run on Friday. Hopefully it's pain free at that stage. Even if it isn't, I'm still gonna run the marathon. Like I'm gonna do it. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, got a bunch of stretching, activation exercises for my glutes to do, and then also a bit of cycling as well to just try and maintain a bit of aerobic fitness. But yeah, ultimately it's obviously not ideal to be told that running your goal time and running it in general is probably not a good idea, but you know, it was never about running a certain time. I ultimately just had to pick a time to train for. That was why I picked that time. But the whole point of doing this marathon was to raise money and awareness for the MS Society, and also just do it for my mum, because that is why I wanted to do this marathon. So even if I walk it, that ultimately to me is better than me not doing it. Being out there with the MS Society best on, I've raised $2,500 for the charity, which is awesome, and just everyone who supported that. So me pulling out because of a hip injury, whatever it is, like my mum at the end of the day for the last few years couldn't walk, so I can walk, and I can walk a marathon. I can do that, and I will do that on Sunday if I have to. So that's the plan, and ultimately, yeah, just an update in terms of what the next week's gonna look like. It's not gonna be much training. I'll probably get some footage of me cycling and doing as much recovery as I can, and then go to the expo on Saturday, take in the atmosphere, and then just rock up on Sunday to the start line and give it my best shot, because that is what I'm going to do. So quick update, and yeah, let's see how this rest of this week goes.